Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself and create the life that you truly want to live. This is today's tarot. It's for all signs and it's for Thursday the 28th of November 2024. I hope you're doing well. I'm offering private 2025 year ahead readings, month by month reading in great detail. If you're interested in one of those, get one before the end of November because you will save $100 if you book in before the end of November. I'll pop a link for it in the description box below and also too. So what's in the energies for everybody today? We've got rituals and offerings. Rituals and offerings. I saw, I sometimes have visions when I'm doing these readings, and I saw a negotiation, a document. I saw offering something, or you offered something but you got to negotiate it, and I saw someone changing it. So like a document of what's being offered and then changing it. I don't know. Take it. If it resonates with you, negotiate. If you're being offered something, you're going to sign a contract. Think about changing it. We've got focus here. Focus. But you got to focus. Okay, what else? What else today do we need to know about? Guides, please. Oh, it felt like that one wanted to come out, but it didn't come out. Direction. Trust your inner compass to find your bearings. So trusting your intuition, the gut feeling and all of that stuff. What we don't want to trust so much is our subconscious mind. It's got some valid fears sometimes, but by far the majority of what the subconscious comes up with is invalid fears. But our gut feeling, that's different. Our gut feeling about something, that's all the bacteria that make up actually more of our body than our human side of us makes up. That's them getting involved in it. They've got some good guidance to offer too with that gut feeling. And then we've got the superconscious mind as well, which is intuition. That's guidance from our higher selves, which tends to kick in when we're very calm and relaxed, rather than it being about dangers and stuff like that. So you get your direction from that place. Three of Cups, all about other people today. Dealings with other people. I like the whole purple thing going on here. Dealings with other people. We've got the Queen of Swords, having boundaries, being clear in yourself, saying no to what you don't want, yes to what you do want. Just a lot of clarity like that. You know, for some of you, it's not going to be about a document or something on offer like that, a negotiation, but it could be something like, you know, when people ask you a question, lawyers tend to do this to trick people, but when someone asks you two questions at once, or when they offer like an open-ended or a question that kind of leads you in one direction, how can I explain this? If you're asked a question and it seems to be black and white, but it's not black and white, well, you can say, well, no, I'm not choosing black or white. I'm choosing grey. I want this, this, and this, but no, not that with it, you know? You can have it your way. Burger King it today. That's a Burger King Queen of Swords right there. Knight of Pentacles, take it slowly. There's no rush. And if someone is trying to rush you into signing something, don't be rushed. Do it in your own time. If someone's trying to rush you, especially into signing a document, it's because they don't want you to realize something, right? They don't want you to take your time because you're going to figure something out. Death and rebirth, we've got big change happening here. Especially after the guidance yesterday, which was make sure that you are looking after yourself, like your best interest. Make sure you look after your best interest. And so someone else is going to be looking after their best interest. Then they want you to sign fast before you realize something, you know. Three of Cups, it's all about other people today. Who you know, not what you know. But it's just like, I don't know, interpersonal relationships. It's how you're dealing with other people. Strength, be strong, stand up to them, be strong. It doesn't feel like a fight. It feels like what should be a disagreement. And so don't be placid today because they're going to walk all over you. They'll get their way, which means you're not getting your way. Especially around leading questions. That's what's coming up, leading questions. Forgive them. They're going to try it, right? They're going to try it. They're going to try and get their own way. People are going to try and get their own way, but be strong with them and then forgive them. I mean, it's okay. They're trying to get their own way. Queen of Swords, Burger King, Queen of Swords, this one. Muse of Emotions, Ace of Materials. Someone that's appreciating you or has got feelings for you. Ace of Materials, starting something new. So you can have it your way. So this might be about telling what your needs are or what you want within a relationship. It could be, because this could be romantic feelings, but it doesn't have to be. This could be like around your work and someone that's appreciating your work. Take more of a stand. I think this is saying you might be more valuable than you think. And you can have it your way. Now, I'm self-employed and have been for a very long time, but I am self-employed in the way, like, sometimes people have suggested or asked me, can you give a reading in this kind of way? And I say, no, I don't do it like that. I do it in my kind of way. I do it in my kind of way for a very good reason, because it's how I work best. So I'm not negotiating with a person. Well, sometimes I am, because sometimes customers ask me to do what I don't do, but it's pretty much me negotiating with the universe. It's like, okay, this is how I like to read. This is how I like to work. This is how I like to help people. Bring me those ones. But yeah, with this Three of Cups, you are dealing with other people today. Because I know how best I work, you know, so listen to me trying to validate myself. Anger is behind that. So they could make it angry. Or don't be angry. Queen of Swords, you can be clear without being angry. Do you know what I mean? We can stand up for ourselves without being angry. Even if someone is trying to get their own way. Abundance and slow but steady is behind that. So some of you could be getting triggered by it. Some of you could get triggered by someone who is just representing themselves in their best interests. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not toxic behavior. That's like healthy behavior. You're allowed to do it too for your best interest and negotiate. Someone might be presuming that you approach life and negotiations from that perspective too. You know how we do that. We all presume that everyone functions like we do. And I presume you are functioning in the same way as me, which I tend toward thinking about other people and what they might want more than myself. I have to make a concerted effort and have guidance all the time to do this, to make sure I look after my needs, because, you know, I can work for free. I can find myself in a place where it's like, oh, and I do often, oh, I'm doing everything for free again. I need to get paid. I need to balance it up, right? So I can tend toward being of service. And so you might be the same there. Whereas someone you're dealing with might balance that up. So they may be more in the mind of like, well, we serve ourselves first and then we help other people, right? And they might just presume that you're in the same. So don't be offended by them putting themselves first, is what I'm saying here. Take things slowly. There's no rush. Wow. And put the burdens down, especially if someone's trying to rush you. Like I said, if someone's trying to rush you, it's because they want you to say yes, like faster. Put the burdens down. The world, this is end of a cycle, start of a new cycle. Queen of Voices about you having it your way and having boundaries. And the Star, your hopes, your desires, your wishes. That's a lot. So just take it slowly. And navigate this like it's your next self-growth kind of thing, you know? I've fermented some milk here. Halfway to yogurt, because dairy bothers me, but it's okay when it's fermented. So I'm just drinking it with some honey. What's behind this is integration. Integrate what you've learned. So there's a little bit of a different kind of approach here. Whoever you're dealing with might just be a balancing effect, and it would help probably them to be a little bit more like you and you to be a little bit more like them. But we can only do that once we see it from the other person's perspective. So really notice how they're operating, not to make them wrong or anything, but just notice and perhaps even ask them about it and say, like, because I think I need to be a bit more like you. Death and rebirth. This could be a major change in your life. I didn't make it okay for me to negotiate and for me to put my needs first for a very long time in my life, until I did. Muse of Materials. Take control. Master your material world. You pay your money, your prosperity, your possessions, all of that kind of thing. Take the lead in it. There's a burden behind that. Again, putting the burdens down. So it's like coming from a burden place, like you've got to please everyone else. People pleaser. Anyway, something to think about today. So what about our love lives for singles? New beginnings, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Now, some of you could be negotiating something with a new partner here as well. Interesting times we live in, right? Because there's no rule books at the moment. There's no really, like, I see, well, if you're to believe that influences are all that, you know, are reflective of society at large, which they aren't, right? There's people like, what do they call themselves, that choose to be a housewife kind of thing, but they're obviously not. They're obviously content creators. They've got a job. That'd be like me, you know, saying I'm just a housewife when I'm doing readings. No, it's a big job as well. Doing YouTube, it's a lot of work, and it's very poorly paid too. I'm telling you. But yeah, there seems to be a lot of people out there struggling at the moment with roles within relationships. A lot of people, if you're to believe the outspoken ones online, but coming from a very selfish position, you know, of like, what can I get out of this? Which is very valid if you have come from a place of not doing that, people pleasing. Open up to change and lighten up. Could be different ways of looking at things. Lighten up about it, not so big a deal. What was that? New beginning, a new adventure awaits. But, you know, with everything that I read online around people being single, people not wanting to get into relationships, thinking that there's nothing in it anymore, I've got to say, in the real life, I don't hear anybody with those views around me in real life. So it might just be the loudest complainers, you know, online. And that we've got heartbreak and differences, heartbroken over differences. Now, what I was talking about in the main part of the reading, that they've got forgiveness there. That might be heartbreaking to you, but I would put it to you that they're the balancer. They're probably the balancer of you. We do tend to, say if you're a complete overgiver, you will get together with someone that's an overtaker. And if you're moving more toward balance, but you're erring on the side of being generous and thinking of other people first, you're probably going to match up with someone who's kind of balanced, but thinking about themselves more. And as I said, you might want to learn more to be more like them. And just notice, rather than be heartbroken by the differences might be a very good thing. Got wild abandon and push me, pull me. Wow. So there's a bit of, I'm not sure. But wild abandon is that, oh, to hell with it. They seem to have the right lessons for me right now. You might be in that kind of an energy. That kind of a mindset. Interesting. Oh. Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. We've got a frying pan, trouble, accusations. That might be you accusing somebody as well. Scissors, disappointment in some affair. And moon, changes in your life. Notice what's coming up for you today, because as I said, you might need to be a bit more like that rather than being offended by that. Just something to think about. Think of a yes or no answer question. I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag, and I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for our answer. But it's just a bit of fun. This is a general reading, not a personal one. If you do want a personal reading, I offer them from my website, behealing.com. Anything from one question readings up to 20, 25 year ahead readings, soul contract readings, twin flame contract readings, all kinds of things. Find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. Well, how best to deal with these energies today? We've got the Ten of Cups here. This is the happily ever after. Now, happily ever after, romantic relationships. It seems to be referring to here relationships with other people. It is about other people today, so it could be about romantic relationships or just harmonious relationships with anybody really. There is always going to be a mixture. Everything is a balance of good and bad, or to put it another way, everything is a balance of gift and challenge. And relationships will be the same too. A good relationship is going to make you feel good, but also going to make you feel bad at times too. It's only those that we love can make us feel bad, right? So we do have this kind of fluctuations. 10 of Cups. If you're committed to a relationship, you're going to be open to learning from that relationship, right? As I said, I see a lot of selfishness, a lot of rigidity around relationships when people are talking online about it anyway, of like, I want it my way, or the highway kind of thing. And it's like, what do you bring to the table? All of this like toxic kind of, it's not relating, is it? That's not relating to somebody. There's a need here to be open to relating and learning from people and being interested and perhaps curious about people, and yeah, relating. Anyway, think of a yes or no answer question now. Your answer is no. It's the ruby. Don't do it. There you go. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. I do love hearing from you, and consider clicking that join button down there to join me. My membership involves live shows almost every day, straight after the live meditation I do for everybody, and I give readings in there. So if you want to be part of that, click that join button down there. We'll have the best day ever, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.